Okay, so I got a question about how I train retrievals from somebody on one of my videos. So I want to do a Teach Me topic on how I start retrievals. It's a multi-step process, but Batman and I will show you kind of like if I were working with a dog that has never done retrieval before, what I would do. Some people start with toys first. I don't, because I feel like, in my experience, that it's very common for dogs to be perfect with their retrieval with like fetch and stuff with toys, but then not make that connection to other types of items. So, I mean, I guess if a dog really knew nothing about fetch, you know, you would start with that, but I don't. I started as a command straight from the beginning. We still do lots of praise. We do lots of, you know, baby steps and things like that. Lots of positive reinforcement, so it's still fun. But I automatically start with objects that aren't toys. I usually start with fabric, because I've learned that, so like this, because I've learned that it's something that dogs are usually willing to put in their mouth. Because some of the other stuff, like, they have to get used to it. They don't want to put something weird or, you know, hard or whatever in their mouth. They're usually willing to pick up fabric, but it's different. It's similar enough to something they would normally pick up, but different enough that they'll distinguish the difference between that and, you know, a ball or a rope or something like that. So we start with fabric. So what we would do, if we were just starting this out, let me get Batman. So we would start with take and give. Okay, come here, buddy. All right, so here's what I would do. I would take this and I would just make it really exciting. Do whatever I had to do to get the dog to engage with this item. So I wouldn't even start with a command. I just offer the item. So, Batman, I'd be like, get it, yes! And then we'd mark whenever they put their mouth on it. Take it, yes, good boy. And then what I do with my words is I start saying the word even before they know what it means. So that they start to associate it. So I would be like, yes! Get it, yes! And that's how we would do that. Then eventually I would be able to say take, and I would wait for them to do that. Yes! He knows what it means, but if I would leave it there and move it around if I needed to after saying take, and then when they even sniff it or move their nose towards it, yes, good boy, they get rewarded for that. So we start with that, and then obviously we do take and we do give from there too. Come here. So after we did hold on, come here, give. So after we did take, we do yes, give, good boy, take, yes, and you'd start from there. So then you generalize to other items from. I know, he's thoroughly wants this treat. From the take, so then you would pick something that was a little bit different, so maybe like this pill container that's a little bit different shape, it's a different thing, and you start all over again. So you do Batman. So you do take, yes, and even just a little bit of mouth contact will get that treat. Even them at the very beginning, even them looking at it or smelling it gets a treat, and you gradually just build up. Take, yes. And then you do it that, so we would do that. Maybe we would do, this is like a really weird brush thing here. Come here. Yes, your tail. Sit. Take. Yes. Good. Take. Yes. Good boy. Okay. So that's step 1, and I will come back in another video and do step 2, how I go from doing take and give to retrieval from the ground, or from a lap, or from somewhere else. So stay tuned for step 2.